Hello and welcome back. Earlier we got to go over this various movements when performing in a marching band and began to look into the musical prowess for marching baritone. Today we're going to go ahead and continue that. When it comes to performing marching baritone, there are many techniques that go along with it. It's in one piece. When we were outside, we went ahead and went over the staccato tonguing for marching baritone with warm-up number 6. The next tonguing we're going to go over is the legato tongue. That's when you continue to use the ta verbals within your tonguing. However, it's going to be continuous in a smooth pattern. So we're going to go ahead and do warm-up number 6 again, but we're actually going to use the legato tongue and go ahead and compare how the two sound with the different tongues. See, the difference between the staccato tonguing and the legato tonguing is that with the legato tongue you only tongue once, and that to express it thoroughly, and that is on the first note, while the other tonguing is completely smooth throughout. Versus the staccato tongue where you have to tongue every note, but it's not like a robot. It still has to be continuous and smooth. It still has, well, not smooth, but it still has to be continuous. The next one is going to be slurs. There are two types of slurs that go in with marching baritone: valve slurs and natural slurs. With valve slurs, the slurs are very simple. All you have to do is just go from one note to another by pressing the valve as you play along. Allow me to show you with warm-up number 1 for marching band. You can hear that is a valve slur because there is a certain pitch that goes up as you press. Let me go ahead and play the last two measures again from A natural to B flat. You can hear that as the valve comes up, the air actually goes through certain holes when it comes to playing. Allow me to show you. This is the valve for the marching baritone, and these are the holes that are meant to be played through. As you push down on the valve, as you push down on the valve, the holes actually change as you go ahead and change the note register. And you can hear that as you do the valve slur from an A to a B flat. Excuse me while I put this back in. And then there are natural slurs. Natural slurs are simpler once they stay within one octave. Allow me to show you warm-up number 2 in F major. we went from A to B flat to A. That is known to be the natural slur. No valves, no tongue. The point of a slur is to not use the tongue unless you need to breathe. That's how it keeps it smooth, much like a legato as you're descending from the scale or note. Now, you can achieve these without learning the fingerings of a marching baritone. We're going to go ahead and get close up for this. So for a marching baritone, there are 3 valves, and when you're playing said instrument and transferring to another one, it's going to be very different. I would say a similar aspect would be for marching baritone would be trumpet and marching mellophone, which is similar to a French horn, which is another instrument that can be difficult transferring because you can't march French horn in marching band. You have to use a mellophone. So trombone is not the only instrument that's going to have difficulty if your marching band says, oh, you can't march this instrument, you have to march this instrument. So when doing the marching baritone, you have 3 valves. The valve closest to you is going to be valve number 1. The middle valve is going to be valve number 2, and then the valve farthest from you is going to be valve number 3. So, and your index finger is going to be on 2, your middle finger is on 3, and your ring finger is on, I'm sorry, I'm thinking piano. My apologies. Your index finger is going to be on valve 1. Your middle finger is going to be on valve 2, and your ring finger is going to be on valve 3. And the way you hold the marching baritone is like this. You have two rings on this specific baritone. It's a Yamaha, so it's built differently than the others. You have a ring for your thumb that's gonna go right here. Your thumb is gonna go right there, and your 4 fingers are gonna grasp the 3 valves like so. And then when using the coming to the front with your right hand, your hand is going to be in a curved C with your 3 fingers on the assigned valves. Your thumb is going to go in between the first and second valve right here, as you can see, and then your pinky is going to go on the ring right there. That's how you hold the proper baritone. Because baritone is in a different lower register, the best way that I see learning marching baritone is to start in the open position, which in this case is position 0 when all the valves are up. So when you play with the valves up, your notes are going to be B, high B flat, low B flat, and then F. And then as you descend, is going to be match the specific note. So let's take the B flat major scale for example. For B flat major, we're gonna start on F first, and then we're going to descend to lower B flat, start on F again, and then go up to ascending B flat. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the entire B flat major scale 1 octave. So as we start on F, you're going to descend playing E flat, D, C, B flat. E flat is going to be taking position number 1, valve 1. So you're going to push that down. So and then you have your E flat. You're gonna push valve number 2 down next, and then valves 1 and 2 are gonna give you D. Then you go ahead and lift valve 2, push down valve 3, and then that's gonna give you C. Then you go back to position 0 and then play the lower B flat. Thus, when descending the B flat major scale starting on F, it'll sound like this. For ascending in B flat, now you will start on F in position 0, but you're gonna push 1 and 2 down to give you G. You're gonna lift valve 1, and then you're gonna keep valve 2 down. That's going to give you A natural. And then you're gonna go ahead and take valve 0, position 0 again, and then play the upper B flat. So put together, the B flat major scale, ascending and descending, would sound like this. And you can also always change up the technique for it. Like, for example, when I played the B flat major scale just now, I went ahead and changed up some of my tonguing at random. Yeah. Like the first time when I ascended, a part of it was staccato, and then as I descended, a part of it was legato. And then when I did the triad from for D, F, B flat, and then B flat, F, D, B flat, I went ahead and valve slurred it. Excuse me. When doing marching baritone, it's not going to be easy if you're transferring from another instrument. But if you did concert euphonium, it's going to be much more of relearning, plus an extra lessons in marching movement. That's how it works when it comes to marching band. My best advice is to go ahead and just practice about 30 minutes a day on warm-ups before you go ahead and move on with any music for memorization. It would also help to memorize these warm-ups as well, because in high school marching, not high school marching band, well actually yes, in high school marching band, everything was on paper. But in college marching band, especially now, everything is digital through phone. Excuse me. That means you're gonna go ahead and use a tool known as a lyre. So this lyre is meant to be played for a marching baritone. This would actually go in this little clip right here. There's actually a hole right there if you all can see it. So this is actually a screw that will unscrew, and then you would go ahead and put the lyre in there, and it would stick up so you can sight read your music. Of course, during a performance, you're not allowed to have that. It's more meant for stance tunes and all. Because beforehand, you had to play your music like this. Holding your horn with your lower arm and your right hand, even though it seems easier, but it's not. It's actually very uncomfortable. And you will hold your show music like this, and then your horn motions will go ahead and put strain on your lower arm. And it makes it difficult to read your music. When using the lyre, it's actually going to be a lot easier to do it. Especially since you have your phone with you, but that also provides another challenge given during football games. You're gonna need to pack at least one portable charger with you, maybe two, depending how strong your portable charger is or how fully charged it is for football, because apps like UBD or the Beam app, which is the same apps that all marching bands use, is going to drain your battery really, really quick. There were moments where my phone has shut off on me during the middle of a stance tune, and I had to put my phone away so I can charge it. It's a very, very difficult thing to do, and there's also a distraction when you're not performing. So it's very key to always pay attention to the drum major and be sure to make sure your phone is fully charged so you can read it during when you're in the stance for music. Anyways, that's all I have for you today within tonguing techniques, and I hope to see you all again real soon.